All right, y'all. What's good with y'all, man? It's crunch time. Hit the like as y'all join in, man. And we gotta talk about Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant and the history of the beef and the history of KD leaving OKC and snaking out Russell Westbrook and basically backdooring him, leaving him hanging in OKC when they was very close to going to the finals, and he went over to the team that whipped their ass in the Golden State Warriors. One of the most shameful, probably the most shameful move in NBA history, probably sports history that I ever even seen anybody do, man. And, this man, Kevin Durant, had the nerve to talk trash about Michael Jordan for going to play baseball after a three-peat. But he didn't say nothing about how he left after failing over and over again at OKC with a ready-made championship squad. So basically, Russell Westbrook has finally broken his silence on the situation. And we're going to sit here and react to the video. Not only are we going to react to the video, but we're going to just cook on a subject that Russell Westbrook is speaking on and talk about, who fault do we think it is or think it was. We're going to talk about all of that. So let's go.
Biggest, just kind of upsetting thing about it. I felt like I'm pissed. I'm livid. I felt like we let that opportunity slip away. And that, to me, was the biggest, just kind of upsetting thing about it, which really pissed me off. And I was just like, if we have the same team, we can do it again.
Anthony Slater with Oklahoma. Kevin, the loss is still fresh, but you have kind of have an unknown future coming over the next month. How do you kind of expect that to play out, and when you'll start thinking about it?
I mean, we just lost like 30 minutes ago. So.
Myself and Kevin had a unique situation because Kevin was really, really good early. I wasn't that great. Kevin was always getting better. My evolution happened pretty quickly to where we never was equal, but we were pretty damn close of being able to hold our own and run the organization and to do things that can change the game.
This team will never win a championship with Russell Westbrook as the primary decision maker.
The news again coming in moments ago, Kevin Durant heading to the Golden State Warriors.
He didn't feel he could win a championship with Russell Westbrook.
I can't play an entire career with a guy who thinks he's better than me when he's clearly not.
I start laughing instantly. I'm like, this can't be true. It's like, nah, no way he would go to that team. They just beat us.
Did the fact that not only Kevin left, but it was to Golden State, did that make it sting even more?
Sting for who? It was already.
All right, y'all. So let's just talk about this real quick, right? My takeaways is facts, Chris. Russell Westbrook never said that he was better than KD. Even in that little snippet you just heard just now, he just said he felt like they was close. He never said he was better. He never said he was on the same exact level. So let's talk about it, man. So for everybody that's sitting here saying that that's agreeing with Skip Bayless and stuff like that, I feel as though you should be ashamed of yourself, because what Skip Bayless said and Kyle Turd and dudes like that said that KD felt as though he couldn't win with a guy like Russell Westbrook. Let's just unpack that real quick, right? To me, that's hypocritical if KD felt like that. Because I remember when Skip Bayless said that Russell Westbrook wasn't a superstar, and then KD came out and said that he was an idiot. So KD came out and said Skip Bayless was an idiot for saying Russ isn't a superstar, which means that he felt as though Russ was a superstar. So how can you feel like you can't win with a superstar player? That's number one. You can't win with a superstar? That's number one, right? So, because for me, to me, that don't even make sense. Secondly, for those that agree with the second thing that they said, where Colin said that KD didn't want to play his career with somebody who was better than him or who thought they was better than him. So the thing that KD had decided to do was to go play with Steph Curry, and Steph Curry is clearly better than KD. So you don't want to play with Russ, who thinks he's better than you, but you go play with somebody that is better than you. That's number two. You know, number 3 is a lot of people say that say that KD was the leader of that team, the first option dude, and he was running the show. But Skip Bayless say that Russell Westbrook was the primary decision maker. So if you're the primary decision maker, does that not make you the first option on the team, right or wrong? I mean, listen, I'm just trying to unpack what we just listened to. I'm just trying to dive into the situation, man, because some days I feel as though Russell Westbrook low-key was a leader and first option on that team when you think about the scoring plus the playmaking aspect. But if you're going to sit here and say that Russ was the primary decision maker, then, like I said, wouldn't that make Russ the first option? Number 4, and this is where it really is going to get deep. For those that blame Russell Westbrook, right, say that Russell Westbrook couldn't really shoot like that, couldn't play off the ball. KD was the only good shot creator on the team, the only good shooter and scorer. And that is the reason why he left, right? Well, then why did you leave Golden State? Why did you leave Brooklyn? Why are you now leaving Phoenix? Let's run that back. Why did you leave Brooklyn? Why did you leave Golden State? And why are you now leaving Phoenix? Because on all 3 of those teams, you had everything that you quote-unquote wanted. You had shooters. You had shot creators. You had dudes that can play off the ball like Steph Curry and Kyrie Irving, Devin Booker, etc. You had all these dudes that basically are the antithesis of what a dude like Russell Westbrook is, to where you should have no excuse now and you shouldn't have nobody else to blame when y'all's out here getting swept in the first round in Brooklyn and in Phoenix. Both of them teams. Both teams. So whose fault is it really? Because if you're going to say, like I said, if you're going to say that and blame Russ, then there shouldn't be no reason why you aren't getting it done elsewhere when you have what you want. So if you can't get it done in those areas and those teams, it kind of makes me understand that you just wasn't able to get it done in OKC because you wasn't good enough. Because that's what it is when you in Brooklyn and Phoenix. So I'm like, same thing Russell Westbrook said. It's a mentality thing, man. If Russell Westbrook is sitting here saying he felt as though he had a chance to compete with the same exact team the next season if they was a running back, why don't you feel the same way? Why y'all not on the same page? OKC was a top 5 team in the league for multiple seasons when they was healthy. The only times when they didn't have a chance to go probably was when KD got hurt the first time and when Russell Westbrook had got hurt as well. Other than that, I mean, and look, when Russ got hurt, that's when KD turned around, won the scoring title, won the MVP. When KD got hurt, Russ won the scoring title. So you got in my opinion, you had two top 5 players on the same team. Kevin Durant, there's no excuse for that, bro. I'm not trying to hear Russell Westbrook, the way how he played and this and that, bro, because this man was the MVP of the whole NBA as soon as you left up out of there. 2 MVP guys in their prime, and you're going to make an excuse for his play style and stuff like that, when a lot of times I've seen KD shine away in the big moments. A lot of times I've seen KD unable to get open off the ball. If you want to talk about off-ball playing, I seen KD unable to get loose and get open and get the ball. I seen Russ dropping 43 in the NBA Finals. Right? I seen this happen. I seen Russell Westbrook cooking in that conference final now in the last couple of games. We can't, in the last couple of games in 2016, we cannot blame Russ for the whole meltdown because KD also melted down. Another thing, that was their first season back healthy together since before Russell Westbrook had got hurt in 2012-13. So at least run it back, Golden State, at least they had the experience of meshing and playing together all them years leading up to that season. And OKC had just gotten back together fully healthy. So what are you panicking for, bro? You went all the way to the conference finals, game 7. And this is why I can't rank KD in that top 10 anymore, because I feel that, like, at first I thought he was on his way to being that. But I can't rank him in that top 10 anymore because, he left a perfect situation in OKC. Any all-time great gets it done over there. Any top 10 player in NBA history will win a championship with Russell Westbrook. I said what I said, bro. You said in 2014 they was healthy, they just lost in the conference final. No, I'm saying in 2014, Russell Westbrook was low-key injured for a majority of that season is what I meant. Like, I'm saying in 2015-16, that was the first time that Russ and KD was back playing together and they played a whole full healthy season. Because it was after the injuries that they had after they healed up. You also had Serge Ibaka in the paint, Serge Ibaka. You know what I'm saying? Blocker, who was basically the best rim protector in the NBA, right around. So I'm like, you had all these pieces that you low-key needed, and you couldn't get it done. Same thing happened when you had Kyrie in Brooklyn, when you had the best rim protector in the league in Jared Allen, and you had Kyrie with a Karis LeVert, with a Spencer Dinwiddie, who was proven to be a great, phenomenal role player on Dallas, even to this day, after injuries. And you gave that up. So whose fault is it? Why is it always got to be these moving parts, these moving pieces? You know, Houston is his best well-rounded team since he was on that team with Kyrie before Harden came over there. I'm talking about before Harden came over there. So we shall see if he will trade them as well. Trade those pieces as well. He better not do it. So what I'm saying to y'all is Russell Westbrook, man, I feel for him because he has a mentality. Oh yeah, and mind you, Russell Westbrook, I believe he's about 500 or 600 points away right now, currently, from becoming the highest all-time leading scoring point guard in the NBA history, which is why I believe they're stalling on signing him to a team. But we can talk about that a whole nother day. Or we can talk about it later if y'all want to. But like I said, I'm going to say that one more time. Russell Westbrook is about 500 or 600 points away from becoming the all-time leading scoring point guard in NBA history right now. So I hope that he gets that milestone. But yeah, man, like I said, bro, for Russell Westbrook to sit here and say this, man, to me, it eats KD his whole situation, man. You should never feel it. If you got a top 5 team in the league, if you got another top 5 player in the league on your team, you should never feel like you don't have enough to win. You know what I'm saying? Because if you are Kevin Durant, if you are the greatest scorer in NBA history, as they say, it shouldn't be no excuse who got the ball, who's running the offense. Because you can play on the ball, off the ball, whatever, right? But you don't want to get in them trenches. You don't want to go the extra mile. This is why you never see KD having that many 60-point games. He doesn't have that many 50-point games and stuff like that. KD cares too much about his efficiency, and he just wants to be cool and lackadaisical and smoke weed every day. That's all he want to do. So why don't you say that? You know what I'm saying? When it come down to, why you left OKC, why don't you just say all the real details, man? And this is insanity to me, man. It's disgusting. Why don't you say all of the real details on, why it didn't work out, man? Anytime that somebody wants to point the finger at somebody, that's always a red flag to me. Because, again, who are you going to point the finger to in Brooklyn and Phoenix? You can't say them because they don't play like Russell Westbrook. You can't say you can't blame Kyrie. You can't blame D-Book. D-Book was just in the finals. He was the first seed in the West before you came over there. Right? Now you go there and ruin his situation and then leave them high and dry. See, and this is why Kyrie, matter of fact, I'm going to actually make a separate video on this one time about Kyrie, because this is why we talk about Kyrie all the time, because Kyrie is so freaking smart. Do y'all remember what happened in Brooklyn when KD requested that trade? Right? When Kevin Durant had requested that trade before Kyrie Irving got traded from Brooklyn. So for Kyrie to see that, I believe that is why he was so eager to get out of Brooklyn after. Because you got to remember, just like how LeBron James about to trade Kyrie, Kyrie was not trying to just get backdoored and left hanging. You're not about to follow me to Brooklyn and then leave me hanging here and then everybody blame it on me. That's not finna happen, man. That's not finna slide. And Kyrie emerged victorious on that situation because they both went over to the Western Conference. And Kyrie Irving went to the finals before Kevin Durant has reached the finals, beating teams that beat KD in the playoffs while KD was on Phoenix. So this goes to show you KD how he moved. He liked to jump ship and point the finger, because when you jump ship, Now the person that you're leaving and hanging looks like the bad guy. So when he left Russ, that's what he did. He was like, cool, since we lost, I'm going to just leave to where I can just blame Russell Westbrook. And I look like I was the only reason that we were so good. Same thing happened when he left Golden State. He thought that they needed him so bad. So he leaves up out of there. Yo, this nigga KD is done, bro. He leaves up out of there. And then Golden State goes on to win a whole nother championship. So the reason why I know it wasn't Russell Westbrook's fault is because KD doing the same thing everywhere he goes, trying to blame the person he was hooping with. See what I'm saying? So what's the difference with Russell Westbrook? Now you can say, okay, Russell Westbrook should have won with them teams when he had Paul George and Melo when he was losing in the first round. I understand that, but at the end of the day, for one, PG has always been known as a playoff choker. So which one is it? Is he a choker or is he not? For two, those are teams that just popped up randomly to where they literally just signed them instantly. And either way, it's going to take a few years to mesh. Because we seen Russell Westbrook go to the Wizards and, whew, hey, look, KD is done. I'm cooking. Hold on, bro. All this shit coming back to me. We seen Russell Westbrook go to the Wizards and lead Bradley Beal to the playoffs. Right or wrong. And Bradley Beal was out a majority of that season. And then we seen KD just miss the playoffs for Bradley Beal. Let the church say, amen. Amen. Come on, man. It's not Russell Westbrook's fault. He's a winning player, bro. See, you can tell somebody is a winning player when they're a superstar and they got the mentality, the intangibles. How we gonna blame Russ and say you can't win with him when obviously KD is more nonchalant? And then you're gonna say, well, shit, Crunch, KD went to Golden State and they was winning. So what you mean? Bro, they already won before he came over there. Of course they gonna keep winning. Because the biggest threat for that team over there at that time was OKC. So if you take off one of the superstars off of OKC and then put them on Golden State, of course, fucking Golden State gonna keep going to the finals. And then niggas gonna say, okay, well, look, the Rockets took them 7 games. Bro, that's after they added Chris Paul. So now you got 2 superstars on that team, 2 superstars on the Golden State Warriors. 7-game series. I mean, duh. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, okay, you know, because shit, remember, KD and Russ took the Warriors 7 games. With Russell Westbrook as the primary decision maker, quote unquote. And that's what Skip Bayless said. Everybody that agreed with Skip Bayless on who fault it was, y'all said Russ was the primary decision maker. So Russ took the 73-9 Warriors. Hey, look, Russell Westbrook took the 73-9 Warriors 7 games as the primary decision maker. Am I lying? So we just gotta sit here and understand this, man. Is that like KD is over, man. Now, like I said, I think he got a chance to be in that MVP conversation on Houston. So it's all up to him. If he really that dude, he get it done in Houston because they were just a second seed. They were just now the second seed, bro. So you replace Jalen Green with him. Yeah, exactly, Trav. Even after KD got hurt in 2019 when they played the Rockets. First of all, Steph Curry handled that business quicker without KD. He beat Harden and Chris Paul in 6 games. And then they still went to the NBA Finals. Yeah, they lost in 2019, but they came back and won in 2022. See what I'm saying? So I don't know what to say about KD at this point in time, man. Big shout out to Russell Westbrook, man. Like I said, I hope he get that milestone and become the all-time leading point guard scorer. So they trying to blackball him out the league at this point in time now, so that he won't reach that milestone. But I hope he get picked up by somebody, man. Because all these, I feel as though now that I'm looking at it, bro. Now that I'm thinking about it, all these teams are trying to do that. The Lakers tried to blackball him. That's why LeBron and AD didn't want to keep hooping with him, and they wanted him to, disintegrate. Because then they sent him to the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard snaked him out on the Clippers and didn't even want to hoop with him in the playoffs And Russ went on to average 24. So I'm just glad that Russ got his revenge and actually eliminated Harden and Kawhi Leonard out of the NBA playoffs, man. So how was that for not being able to win? And this is while KD was at home watching. Right. So like I said, man, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this shit, man. I'm disgusted. KD has one more chance to elevate his legacy. If he don't get nothing done at Houston, man, the nigga might not even be top 30, 35. KD has one more chance to elevate his legacy. If he don't get nothing done at Houston, man, the nigga might not even be top 30, 35.